What is up, guys? My name is Jake. I'm here from Brightson Gaming. Yeah, another River Country video, yay. I sort of just, I don't know, there was some new information. I was like, yeah, I gotta do it. So, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I actually just recorded a video like this a week ago, and some new information arose, and so I just scrapped it, rewritten my script, and re-recorded this. Yay. Alright, so let's get into this. Yeah, so we got a bunch of new information about River Country. Of course, River Country is Disney's abandoned theme park within the Disney property, and it's pretty freaking cool. If you don't, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the footage you see in the background is actually my footage. I went there during the summer of 2013, so that video is up on the channel, link in the description below. As always, I didn't go in the park, but I mean, I got some cool shots of the outer rims, and I mean, I still saw quite a bit, so it's a pretty good video. Go check that out. Also, a few more videos in this video are footage from some other people. Shout out to them, though. They will be in the description below, and I'll talk about that stuff in the end of the video. But let's get into this first thing that I found about River Country. Now this picture right here is from 2004. Why is this substantial? You know, it looks abandoned, blah, blah, blah. Now, but if we look at the picture from 2002, now, they kept this in pristine condition, if I do say. The park, of course, closed in 2001, but an entire year later, the pool, everything was still being cleaned. And that's pretty interesting to me that, like, even a year after, they still had hope that this would be open. And I don't know, I found that really cool. This has nothing to do with the video coming up or, like, anything that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying. I probably should have scripted this part, but anyway, let's get to the next part. It's been a long day. It's a half day for me. Friday. Yay. This is gonna probably be on Monday anyway, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, so the next picture, we got something fantastic, and that is a building schematic for where River Country is supposed to be. This is very, very, very cool. Like, this is awesome. This arisen about 2-3 months ago. Now, one of the clear things here is that this project probably failed, considering it was submitted September 30th, 2011. So it's been a little while since then, and no news of any sort of hotel-type building being placed there. So I think it's safe to say that this project has been scrapped. However, it is good to know that Disney is thinking about putting something there. And that's very, very interesting to me. Now, we might see something that will arise that will be there. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a Disney Vacation Club. I personally think it's just going to be a hotel. We'll discuss that in a little bit later. But as we see in the next picture here, this is actually a schematic drawing of the full layout of what River Country looks like right now. Can't see it at all, but right under that building is directly where River Country would be. Also, at the bottom-ish right of the picture, you can see all the campsites there too. So this is either this has been really, really, really well faked, or this is, you know, actually real. And yeah. So yeah. Let's get to the next picture. Now people, what am I saying? Yeah, so the shoreline, of course, is right here-ish. I did this on Paint, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This drawing is very, very technical, and it's kind of hard to see where the shoreline is, but that's ish where it is. So you can kind of get a feeling of where this building would have been. And that makes me think of another thing. Right where you see, like, right where the shoreline, in the very direct center, where right where the text says shoreline, right there, there's nothing there. Like, there was no schematic drawing for something there, and that's probably because it's all swamp, and it would be extremely hard to build a structure on it. I think that's why nothing's right there, but I could be wrong. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, so let's get to the next picture. People are saying that this is Disney Vacation Club. I don't know. I don't know. Hear me out. So right here we have a there's a close-up of the schematic drawing, and we can see a 2-bedroom room. I think, anyway. That looks to me like a 2-bedroom room. It could be just a suite or whatever, but if we go to the next picture here, we can see all the other rooms. Now, I see, personally, just me looking at this, I see 2, 3, 4-ish, take the ish, suites or 2-bedroom rooms. Now, if we go to the next picture, I sort of outlined it. This is a 1-bedroom room, and there is a lot of these. There's quite a bit, and of course, we know in the new Grand Floridian Vacation Club that there is 1-bedroom. That there's like the long room, like a standard hotel room. However, it's a little bigger. That room though doesn't look any bigger, honestly. So I personally think that this is just gonna be a hotel, or I mean, it was supposed to be a hotel. And I don't know, I just wanted to get that out there, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's a vacation club. I'm like, I don't know. But, yeah, even if we look at the next picture here, this is a close-up of the 3D drawing. On the very top, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th floor, there's actually some, like, rooms. Well, there's obviously rooms, but you can see 3 big windows, and those probably attached to the next room next to it, so it's probably going to be a 1-bedroom. So there's at least 2 or 3 just one singular rooms. So honestly, I think this would be just a good hotel in general. Now, let's go over the reasons why I think they didn't do it. Now, of course, the first one would be that the land isn't good enough. Like, the land, they can't build a gigantic building on top of it. And that became a big problem when building, I think it was, Wilderness Lodge. They were having some problems building structures. I think it was the pool that they were having a big problem with the swampy area. Also, a little Disney history. This is actually hung up on my wall. I find this incredibly cool. But there was actually supposed to be 2 hotels that were never built. No, three. There were supposed to be 3 hotels that were never built in Disney World, and I think when the economy crashed, or I don't know, I forget the reason why they weren't built, but I know one of them wasn't built because the land was not good enough, and they had this huge structure that they could not put on it. So it's definitely a possibility. Now the next one is, excuse my poor drawing. I can't talk. Excuse my poor drawing. Shut up. But another thing would be, this is relatively 5 or 6, 7 stories high, including that gigantic roof. It would take away from the campgrounds. Like, imagine you were camping by the closest one to the lake, and you just saw this gigantic building putting off all this light onto your campground. I don't think people would enjoy that at all. So I think that's a main reason, again, why people wouldn't like it. It would just take away from the campground feel of Wilderness, or oh crap, what's it called? I don't know, the campgrounds. But here's another drawing of what the building would look like, where it would be ish, and I say this ish, where the building would be placed, the lobby in the middle. The lobby, actually, this picture doesn't show it very well, but the lobby would actually be directly under the main pool in River Country, so that gives you a feel of where it would be. Now the next picture, I sort of took my creativity and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So what I did, I thought to myself, why, instead of building this gigantic hotel, like a 700-room hotel, or I don't know, why not just make a smaller building, a 3-building hotel that is exclusive for Disney Vacation Club, and it would be bigger, of course, than the ones at Wilderness Lodge, so that these would be the prime suites to be in Disney World. And I think I did a good job here. I did the 3 buildings all across the lake. I did the pool right next to the parking lot, and then of course the road goes in there, and the parking lot's right there. None of this space is being used, and I'm sure this would be a very, very nice room. Now, if you could see the very, very, very first building, right where it sort of curves out like a peninsula, I was thinking, why not just reinforce that ground? And I think that goes right to where the swampy area goes, so that's like borderline swampiness. And each building would sort of look like this, maybe another story high and of course longer. But I like this view. I like how it looks. I just grabbed this off of Google, and I think this would look actually really, really nice, and it wouldn't take away from the campground, but it would just add more to it. I think as sort of this log cabin style thing, and have it sort of modern inside. Why not? Because then it wouldn't be an exact copy of Fort Wilderness, or that's it's Fort Wilderness. Hey, but God, now I forget the other hotel. I go insane. I'm going insane. But yeah. So I was thinking, I was taking a look at Google Earth. I'm like, you know, this land could be really, really used, and a lot of the campgrounds in Fort Wilderness are used. Like, they're always taken. Even in this satellite picture right now, all of these campgrounds are taken. So I was thinking, why not just add more? They have all this space with a connecting road. Why not just add a bunch of more cabins? Or not cabins. Or actually, yeah, why not add more cabins? At the very bottom, those two sections, those could be cabins. And then the 3 sections could be more campsites. And then at the very top, they can add that hotel. I actually added another section. So there's 3 sections in one main lobby, and then the parking lot could extend all the way out there and put a nice tree line so that they wouldn't see it from the camping sites. And yeah, it wouldn't take that much. I mean, I'm sure campsites are very, very low cost compared to building a new 5-star DVC hotel, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so I think that's pretty interesting. I took it upon myself to, you know, why not? If I'm already doing this, so what the hell? Yeah, so that's all the news for River Country. I got one more thing. I actually, I was looking at this right when I recorded and wrote my script for the last time, and I was like, I gotta do this again, because this is pretty cool. If you look at Disney from a satellite view on Google Earth, you will notice that there is a ton of space for storage. When Walt Disney was flying out to do the Florida project, when they were planning for it, that airstrip that is right by there, I'm not going to show it. I don't know why I didn't take a picture, but that is being used for storage, and this is pretty interesting to me. Now, if you ever watch a River Country video, maybe it's Adam the Woo, other people's, that's the only one that comes to the top of the head, but Brendan's vlogs. But if you ever take a look at those water tanks, and it was always to me, even in my video, I specifically said, oh yeah, that's the water filtration that they never took out. That is not true, actually, because I've actually gained some sense, and I'm like, wait a minute, that can't be. Right where those water tanks would be, where everybody would be sitting on the beach. So that wouldn't make sense at all. So, what does that mean? Well, Disney or River Country, or Fort Wilderness people, they're taking advantage of this space and using it as some sort of storage for water. I don't understand. How do I know this? Okay. If we go to the next picture, this is a satellite view from Bing. Screw Bing. But it shows a different angle, and every time there's a different angle, the water tanks move. And even in this picture, you can see a truck up to the water tanks, and that guy's doing something. So that's extremely interesting to me, that they're using these water tanks as something, and they're actually using River Country as some sort of storage facility for these water tanks. I have no idea what they're doing with those water tanks. I wouldn't have the slightest clue. But they're using them for something, and that's just really, really, really cool. And if you have an idea of what that could be, what they could be using that for, go ahead and give me a comment in the section below. Ah, God, that's a lot of talking for me. Holy crap. Alright, so that's enough for me. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to all these people in the section below. I forget all their names. But I can't wait to go to River Country, and I will see you guys later.